Okay, folks, Tobias here again. We're looking at a level 40 rogue takedown for the thing to get the choppers and the one infantry guy and the behemoth tank. Um, I've got three platoons here just to be safe, and I'm bringing down a plat of dogs. Um, we're going to be working on this one. This is one of at the time I filmed this, I thought there was only two sets, but there's actually, I've seen three now. The other set has the guns scattered everywhere. Alright, the first thing I normally do on this set is I'll come over and I'll use a dog to draw out the mega tanks, and I'll take those out. As you can see right here, we'll start at the top. I pull in a dog, use it to draw out the mega tanks. I have done this without drawing out these two, but I just like to be safe. And considering I'm doing this on my lower account that I don't have Hellfires on, uh, I'll go ahead and make sure I draw those out because they'll probably pull onto my paladins when I run them in. Now, as you can see, there's two bunkers here. This one here you can take out with air. Um, the other one you cannot. The machine gunners in it will fire upon you. Don't ask me why they won't on that one, but they don't. We're going to draw out this mega tank, and then from there we'll move down and draw out the other mega tank that you can't see in the screen right now. But I'm going to move down here. You'll be able to see it. And sorry if the volume's low. I try to explain things as I go along. And if the volume's too low, well, I don't know how to turn it up right at the moment. I'll try to figure that out. Alright, got the Warhawks in place. Move my dog up, draw out the mega tank. And after we take down this mega tank, we will end the attack and reset to come in. Here, I had to reconnect. Alright. Now we're coming back in. The next thing we're going to do is take out the other two bunkers that are there that we need to take out to take this base down. Now you're going to see me here. I'm going to move a tank off to the side. Now that tank is to draw the mortar fire and the rocket barrage fire away from my main group of tanks so I don't take as much damage. As you can watch and you'll see. Um, see, I'm going to get mortar fire, and rocket barrage fire onto that one. Then I'll just use the group tanks to take them down. Although I probably, since I didn't take any fire, you can probably not do that and take out that bunker without having to draw off. But I do it just to be safe. I didn't know what the paladins would do. Like I said, I'm normally taking these down and I have Hellfires. And, well, actually I have Elite Hellfires, and that makes this a ton easier. Although I do still take out the bunkers with tanks due to the simple fact that Elite Hellfire's repair time is a lot more than a tank, so I would rather have the lower repair time. Um, I believe once we take down this bunker, then I'm going to end the attack and I'll pull back in. I'm pretty sure I will. But here you'll see me move two tanks off to the sides and come in. That's to take the rocket barrage fire and the mortar fire away from my main group. Now I'm going to converge everybody. A rocket barrage. The stupid snipers. I hate the snipers. And that hellfire right there. I forgot about it. Alright. So now I've moved my platoons around. As you can see here, I'm trying to click and show you, but we'll see. I'm going to bring in my air, and I'll use a dog to kite off all these soldiers and bring tanks in to take out the machine gunners, just so my air's not taking so much damage. We'll pull these guys over here. I'm fixing to drop in a dog. And this can be done with tanks, dogs, whatever, what have you. I don't remember who it was, but somebody said to bring like 15 machine gunners in to kite off the uh, mortars and stuff. I, I want to make sure that I keep most of it off of my tanks, so I'm just going to use my tanks on that. So I'll move my tanks around here. If I hadn't been retarded a while ago, I wouldn't have moved my dog plat down there to where I could have just dropped my tanks in and go, but I was setting up to take out the machine gun on the lower left side that you see. Well, you can't see it no more, it's covered up, but here I make a few boo-boos trying to set this up, but I get it. Pull these machine gunners out, take them down. Then I roll one hawk up there to draw out the rest of them, and took a little fire there, that ticked me off. Pretty monotonous about how I want to do things, so when you see me moving my tanks around 3 or 4 times, that's just because I want them in a certain spot. Now, once you get those guys down, you can just come in and take out these first 4 guns with air. Pretty easy. Probably I like to move back because the flak tanks sometimes they glitch and they have like this ungodly range, so I move back so I know that I'm getting straight in front of the gun to fire on it. Alright, now I split the video right there into the attack because there was a bunch of wasted time. I'm trying to stay underneath the time limit frame so it's not as long. If you haven't noticed, this is going at twice the speed of it normally does. Now, right here I'm going to pull my Warhawks around and I'm going to take out the rocket barrage, the plasma turret, that rocket barrage in the next group, and that Hellfire up there. And I split my aircraft off one at a time, like I said, due to the flak tanks sometimes glitching and having this ungodly range. So I don't want to get too close. So I'm going to come up here. This is where you're going to see me. I'm going to lose this Warhawk right here, I think, because I'm going to get too close to a flak tank or something. Machine gun and a flak tank. So there is a spot up there which you'll get to see. There's a sweet area, I guess you would call it, where you can take out that rocket barrage and that Hellfire without taking fire. And as you can see right there, and I start to move another Warhawk up there to go over and try to take out the Hellfire, but I end up changing my mind and using the one that was already up there. Oh, and by the way, thank God they have fixed the Warhawk glitch that they're invisible. They are now fixed as of editing this video. I'm so happy about that it's not even funny. Now, after we take down this Hellfire, I'm going to probably end the attack and I'll reset to take out the guns and mortars down here that you see. As you can see, most of the guns that you can take out with air without getting hit by anything are gone. Yep, we're going to end the attack. I'm going to come back in, bring some tanks in. Now what I'm going to do here is take out this N machine gun in that L right there. And I'm going to do that so I can bring my air in and take out the mortar that's behind it and the one across from it. And as I said here again, I'm splitting off my tanks so that I can draw the fire away from my main group. Although I think this, I actually end up taking rocket barrage fire on my main group in this attack here. No. Yeah. And mortar fire. So I lose pretty well a whole plat right there, which, you know, it can be avoided, but um, as you can see, there's my ghost plat going away. Um, so we'll go in, try this again, doing the same thing that I was just doing. And if I'm not mistaken, I get a little too close to the mortar here and take fire on that. Yeah, I'll take fire on that tank, try to get away, but with the new craziness of the mortars, it was a lost cause. So I reset my tanks. Then I see just how close I can get with a tank. You know, if I lose something that major or that much life, then I'll use it to gauge where I can hit from. And there, I see that I can go almost up to that body. Now what I'm going to do here is I'll move my tanks back and try to stack them up. Because you'll see me clicking on the ground. Because you can't see me click on the actual, well, you see the tanks light up. And what I'm doing is I'm stacking my tanks so that they're grouped really tight due to the fact that I lost a whole plat and didn't get the gun down a while ago. So I'll send the first tank on, draw the fire, end the attack, come out, go back in. Now that I have that gun down, I can bring my air in, which I'll do here. So I'll bring my air around, keeping it out of range of anything, and then I'll go in and I'll take out the border right behind the machine gun we just took out, and then the one across from it and the other set of blocks. And like I said, I normally test this with one hawk at a time to make sure that I'm not, the flak tanks aren't glitched and I don't take crazy fire and lose massive amounts of air. So we take out those two mortars, and that pretty much just leaves one rocket barrage to take down, and a machine gun, and as you can see in between the power plants back there, there's a couple of flak tanks, some GAT trucks, and the go-go bar. That's what I'll be taking down next. I'll be taking out all that stuff there. Um, we'll get this down, and I believe, no, see, there's a rocket barrage, 3, 4 machine guns, a bunch of GAT trucks and flak tanks to take down yet. So what I'll do is I'll bring in tanks. Oh, no, I'll take that back. What I'm about to do here is I'm about to turn the AI on and start mine sweeping. So as you can see, I dropped 3 dogs in a group, and then I just select the ones that I don't want going up there, because if you do not, they will all go to one mine and get blown to pieces like idiots. AI is just craziness. But anyway, so I'll reset the dogs so I'll know where the mines are, pull 2 of them off, turn the AI on, and then I just keep the ones that I have selected back out of the way so that um, they're not getting wasted unnecessarily. And that sweeps most of the mines on this end. Um, we're not going to go up that far, but I was going to go ahead and just try to sweep that mine out. So now what we're going to do is come back in with the tanks, and I believe I'm going to take the rocket barrage down first, almost 100% positive. Uh, yeah, I'm going to take it out. We'll remove some obstacles out of our way here. Then I'll pull the tank out to the side, for kiting, like I always do. That kind of hurt me because I got a little too close. And it hit my whole group, so I wanted to go ahead and try to get in there and take that down. That left me with 2 tanks. Kind of got a little screwed there because I went ahead and tried something crazy, so I was already in the midst of losing stuff, so I figured I'd just go ahead and take down what I could. So the rocket barrage is down. That just leaves a few machine guns and flak tanks and trucks that we can get with the tanks here. So we'll just go in, we'll take each one of them down. You'll see me split off and go ahead and take out the GAT truck there, the flak tank, and then I'll go back to the guns. That right there is the last gun you have to take out to take this one down. And like I said, this can be done with any number of things. I'm almost 100% positive that I did it with Cobras on my large account because I did not have my Warhawks leveled up enough. So I'm just in the process of taking out the trucks that we need down to get in to the command center. I'll take out a GAT truck and the flak tanks. And got a little too close there. Here I move my tanks and stuff around. Then I come back in. So I'm reset to take down these last couple of GAT trucks and flak tanks. And I end attack quite often. That way, I'm minimizing the damage that I take. What I'm doing here is I'm going to go in and pick off the GAT truck. I'm going to use one tank to kite off the rocket barrage. And the only reason why I went and used 2 tanks on this is because they were pretty well wasted, so I just went ahead and finished the platoon off. So go in here. I tried to make some room for myself, but that didn't work out as planned. Um, get the gat truck down, end attack, come back in. As you can see, that platoon's almost shot. I started once to send it back to base, but then I was like, nah, wait a minute. Which, in the end, turned out to be a good move. So we're going to go back in here. We're going to get these last 2 flak tanks that we need to get down um, to... and here I make a boo-boo and just utterly waste a tank. But anyway, down to 2 flak tanks before we can take out the command center. Move this up here to kite off the rocket barrage. And here's where I make the boo-boo. I was a little too far out, so by the time I got in range, they'd pretty much just destroyed my tank. And here's where not sending the other plat back helped me out, because I use it to come in here and then use it to kite with while I take down the last tank. I'm getting a little choppy here. I think this is where I sped the video up some more, and that's why the video's herky-jerky and choppy. But you get the gist of it. I'm going to roll up here, take out this last flak tank, and into the attack right away. And as you can see, all the guns on the south side are down. So what I'm going to do is I'll bring in my Warhawks. And then I'll roll them up here in the front. I'll use one to test to make sure that I've gotten everything and nothing's going to fire on me. Once I do that, then I pull it back, group them all up, send them in to take down the command center. Pretty swift, pretty easy. I lost 2 Paladin Plats in this video and 1 Warhawk, and that was it. It can be done with less damage, but you know, you can use whatever you want to kite off, that type of thing. But there it is in a nutshell. Easiest way to take this one down. Like I said, it's 10 times easier with Hellfires. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a good one.